I love getting started on time. So we're going to go ahead and kick this off. As you guys know, today's mastermind is all about having a purpose, having a driver behind your actions and everything that you do, and ultimately having that result in an increase in business and increase in profits, all the byproducts that come from having a laser focused mission and being purpose driven in every area of your life. And a couple quick housekeeping things before we go ahead and jump in. As you guys know, you're all muted to minimize background noise. If we have 100, 200, 300 people on the call, that can get a little tough to do. So feel free to chime in, speak up if you want to throughout this webinar and ask questions, but also don't hesitate to use that chat section too. I'm going to be monitoring that throughout the entire mastermind that we've got going today. If you've got questions that come up and you don't feel like interrupting us, that's totally okay. That's what that chat section is for. We'll absolutely get to any questions that you might have. So thank you so much for you guys joining us. We have a very special guest. You're not going to be able to see him, unfortunately, because his camera's not working, but we've got our very own Steve Blackwell with us, who is, Steve, you were one of our first heroes that we ever served in the Homes for Heroes program, weren't you?
Yep, we were one of the first ones to use the program, and it was excellent. Fell in love with it, and retired from my hero world and came to Homes for Heroes.
Yeah, so Steve has kind of been with Homes for Heroes in some way, shape, or form with us through so many years, almost 2 decades now, Steve. And he's a hero himself, obviously. He used the program. He's a veteran, so he's former military, and he has, 30 plus years in law enforcement as well?
30 years, all levels of leadership there, and police and emergency management. So we touched the fire world, the EMS world, and big part of board member of several hero organizations, nonprofit organizations, been involved with unions, associations of different hero groups as well. So mine is all about kind of telling our affiliates, hey, if you want to connect with that hero market group, this is probably the best way to do it.
Yeah, so Steve's got experience on both sides. He's got the Homes for Heroes experience from the hero side of it, and then he's also got his own hero experience because he used to help hero organizations really reach into the community and connect with community organizations and really establish strong relationships throughout the communities that they're serving, right?
Yeah, and it's the same strategy here. That, you know, if you look at that community world, the hero community out there is very fraternal, right? It's very inward facing. Their organizations, their unions, their associations. Very important to have those relationships with their community, different community groups. So kind of the way we're looking at bringing our affiliates and saying, hey, let's use some of these strategies to build relationships with hero organizations yourself and start to develop some partnerships and kind of some pipelines for you from not only individual heroes, but hero groups as well, hero organizations in your local area.
Perfect. Well, I know you've got a wealth of information and a wealth of knowledge that you're going to share with us today. I'm just going to hop right in. Like I said, this was kind of a hot topic, and especially in this day and age, having a purpose behind your actions or your messaging or anything that you say or do is super, super important. And I'd like to kind of dive into the whole service versus sales approach, because I think it's timely right now. I think it can be applied to really any business, any industry. Obviously, we're going to talk specifically real estate and the mortgage side of things with our affiliates and everybody that we've got on the call today. But let's go ahead and talk about this whole service versus sales philosophy and mindset that we dive into, because it's the cornerstone of really having a purpose drive your actions and leading to profits later. So Steve, you want to jump into kind of what that looks like for us and why it's important?
Yeah, what we're doing is really good business to sit there and look at your market group and say what motivates them, what drives these people, what resonates with them, what really connects with them. And it really is that service role. Businesses are trying to connect with these heroes and hero organizations all the time. But there are very strict processes, solicitation restrictions and request for proposals and bid processes. If you want to be a vendor or a business to be able to connect with those institutional employees. But under a service role, service provider client relationship, not a customer sales relationship, but a provider client relationship. And we'll talk a little bit about what the difference is. Those doors and those barriers aren't there. So these organizations can bring you in as a service provider because you have a fixed benefit program. And the number one key is remember, your services under Homes for Heroes are not available to the public. You really must be eligible to get these programs and services. You don't offer them to everybody. And it's okay to say that to these heroes. Sir, ma'am, chief, sheriff, my programs and services I'm bringing to you are not for the public. I don't offer them to the public. You must be a qualifying hero to get these programs and services. Now that puts you in the role of a service provider. And as a service provider, because you have a benefit program that is eligibility based, now you can be brought into those hero organizations, not as a business looking for sales, but as a service provider that's there to bring a service to them and not solicit business from them, right? And that puts you in a whole nother world, and it opens up a lot more doors for you. So that service mindset and that service message is really the key. I've added an attachment to the chat room, Hero Outreach Key Messaging Strategies, and you can download that, and it covers a lot of the key talking points under that service and support role, that provider-client relationship. So let's not look at these heroes as customers, look at them as clients, potential clients. Because you have a service that is very exclusive, right? That puts you into the provider role. Provider-client relationship is more exclusive, it's more personable, it's more involved, more engagement with that, and it's much more comfortable to the hero market group than as a business looking for a customer, all right? That's what's going to open doors for you. And remember, these heroes, that's their world. They don't become a hero because of sales and profits and money and all that. They become a hero because of servant support mindset, servant support role. That's why they wear the badge. That's why they become a teacher, a nurse, and those different hero groups. So they're motivated by that type of messaging and that type of support they can get from you. And that's what builds relationships with them. Remember, that hero community is very fraternal in nature, that hero market group. They're the brotherhood, the sisterhood, right? They help those who help them, they support those who support them, and they do business through relationships. So the more you can put yourself in front of those heroes and have face and a voice to that, the more they're going to be receptive to you with this messaging as a provider of services. And now we create pull, market pull. Where you're not under sales and marketing pushing yourself onto that hero group. Now you're creating market pull, where that hero community, that hero market group is reaching out to you, creating pipelines with you, making you that go-to resource, not only individual heroes, but hero organizations as well. It really is the foundation of connecting with that hero community and that hero market group, because I've been involved with it. I've been involved with organizational relationships with these organizations they belong to. This is what they look for services for their people. They look for providers. They don't look for businesses. They look for providers. So remember, lead with the program. Lead with the program. Sir, ma'am, chief, sheriff, our programs are only available to eligible heroes in this community. All right. We do not offer this to the public, and your heroes are eligible for these programs and services. We have made a difference in the lives of thousands of hero families like yours, allowing them to become a part of the communities they serve. Those are big words to say. They carry a lot of weight. Use the word community. There is a community out there. There is a hero community out there. And come to yourself as a community provider, right, to them. You're not soliciting anything from them. You're bringing services to them, and make them exclusive. And the more exclusive you make this program to those heroes, the better off it's going to resonate with them and work for you as well. So.
Yeah, you just dropped a ton of knowledge bombs, and I know your speak because I know you personally, but the subtleties in what you're sharing is just so applicable. Like I said, right, especially right now more than ever, having that service approach, but knowing Knowing your target audience is super, super important. All of our affiliates have a huge leg up on this because we specialize in our hero groups. We have our target audience and we've got the market research from Homes for Heroes, surveying all of our heroes, and having you on here too to share from a hero's perspective is really, really important. So knowing your target audience is first and foremost to having that service role mindset, and then finding ways that you can serve them, add benefits, become that, like you said, Steve, that service provider. It's just, from a Homes for Heroes perspective, it's such a well-rounded savings package for the heroes that you go in and you're not talking about the sale or the business or buying or selling a home. And although that may be counterintuitive to many of us, it's what we're coached and trained to do in this industry. Saying that you provide this benefit to a select group of people and really owning that specialization is what makes everything so effective for us here at Homes for Heroes. So I'm going to encourage everybody, get your pens ready, because the way that Steve approaches this is absolutely the way it's hero speak, right? When he starts talking about being a service provider and not coming in as an individual or a business, that's what heroes are accustomed to hearing. So jot down how he's saying this. Check out that document that he put in the chat. Definitely download that. That'll help you speak the lingo, if you will, and start relating to your target audience, our heroes, on their level and how they're comfortable with. So ton of different stuff you just shared there. Stephen, your experience, walk me down what this might look like from a conversation perspective. If I was a Homes for Heroes affiliate and I wanted to open a door or make a new connection in the hero community, what might that conversation look like?
Yeah, messaging is really, really important. It really is. There's two keys to success with using this program. The full potential of it is really to build pipelines, right? You can use it to build pipelines in that hero market group, that hero community. So messaging is really a big part of that. A lot of it is about using messaging that's going to fit your services into their needs. Now, let me give you an example of that. All right. One need of every hero organization out there, that every one of the leaders of those, whether it's a school district, a hospital, sheriff, police, fire, every one of those organizations, their leadership wants those heroes to live in the communities they serve. It is a goal of every one of those leaders. That's part of their community engagement platform for those organizations. And they want those heroes to either live in the communities they serve or be as close to the flagpole as possible, right? Many of these heroes live around a 1-hour response time. It's part of their job to bring in. No, you don't have to live in the city, but you must live within 1 hour of the community that you serve. So taking your programs and services, and let's say when you're talking to that chief or that sheriff or that superintendent and saying, sir, ma'am, chief, sheriff, our home benefit program has helped thousands of heroes like yours live in the communities they serve. You've just put in your program into their world, right? And what they'll understand. That should raise a little light bulb in these people when you talk to them, that your home benefit program, the Hero Rewards home benefit program, sir, ma'am, chief, sheriff, has helped thousands of heroes like yours live in the communities they serve. You just fit your program into one of their pain points that they're always trying to achieve. Even as a community member, you could walk up to your local sheriff and not be afraid to say, hey, sheriff, how many of our deputies live in our community? Or how many live in 2 counties away, right? That sheriff should be either happy to tell you they all live here, or they're going to be embarrassed to say, yeah, we're working on that, right? That's an issue. And they're always trying to achieve that. You can go to them with an incentive program that you have that is exclusive to them. It's not for the public. And don't ever be afraid to say, sir, ma'am, chief, sheriff, the public doesn't get this. They do not get this. I don't even offer it to them. It's for these heroes. That's who it's for. And our home benefit program has helped thousands of heroes like yours across the country live in the communities they serve. And that's why this program is only for these heroes. We want them to become a part of our community. It makes our community a better place. We want our police officers to live in our communities. We want them to know who they're policing and know their neighborhoods. That's all the bigger picture of this, right? So this is where you fit this program into their needs. Don't be afraid to tell them, that your home benefit program is compatible with the VA benefit program. Sir, ma'am, Chief Sheriff, how many of your people are veterans? This home benefit program works with their VA benefit. We could package that together in a nice program to help them become a part of this community as well and save them as much money as possible by law. Also, don't be afraid to let them know that your home benefit program is compatible and it enhances many of your county and cities' home buyer incentive programs, home buyer assistance programs. Don't forget, many of these heroes are city or government employees. So they're well versed, they're told during their onboarding processes of the city or counties, all the assistance programs that are available to them to live in that city. And part of that is your down payment assistance programs, your home buyer assistance programs to help these heroes out as well. Your home benefit program can be attached to that. So, Sir, ma'am, Chief, Sheriff, our home benefit program enhances your city or county's first time home buyer program. Now you're talking about partnering with them to bring this benefit program as a package of services, right, to all the members of that organization, not just one or two heroes that you get out in the public, but two hero organizations as a preferred service provider or a preferred benefit provider on that. So the messaging is really important. And those two statements, Sir, ma'am, Chief, Sheriff, our home benefit program has made a difference in the lives of thousands of hero families like yours to help them become a part of the communities they serve. You've just fit your program into their needs. That should ring a bell on that.
Yeah, find a need, fill a need, right? That's what makes us so incredibly effective at serving the people that we're trying to serve and reaching the people and communicating with them on their level. So super, super important. I've got a boatload of questions written down, Steve, but you are such a wealth of information from the hero world and from having the best approach to making this effective and connecting with heroes. So I'm going to let you kind of drive this mastermind session, if that's okay with you, and let you kind of take the reins and just go where you want to, buddy.
Absolutely. So here's some key talking points, right? The first thing is, remember, the ground you stand on whenever you deal with that hero or a hero market group is the ground of a service provider. Don't be afraid to say that. That's their definition. That's what they, by their definition, your market group, they define you as a service provider. A service provider is someone who has specific services that are only available to eligible people. Not everybody gets those. That's exactly what you have in the home benefit program and even the nonprofit foundation services of the Home Heroes Foundation. So being able to make it exclusive fits right into those organizations as well, because your next follow-up is, as a service provider, I'd love to be able to come and talk to you about how we can bring these programs and services to all of the heroes in your organization, to all of the heroes in your teacher union, to all of the heroes in your school district, to all of the heroes in your sheriff's department, your fire department. When is your next staff meeting? When is your next union meeting? I can come in and do a free workshop as part of this program and educate your people on these programs and services. Remember, service providers, they don't solicit, they educate. They bring services to their clients. They don't solicit anything from them, all right? That's that provider-client relationship. So I would call these heroes a client when you're dealing with them. When you're talking to these heroes and they're going to use you for the program, sit them down and tell them, as our client, these are the services we provide under this program. Treat them like a client. In their world, that resonates. They understand that. They put you into that role of a service provider. And once again, as a service provider, you don't fall under any of those solicitation restrictions, business vendor preference restrictions that cities have, municipalities have. They can bring you in to their roll calls, put your information in their break rooms, cafeterias, and so forth, as a preferred service provider, not a business, as a service provider for them, because your program is very exclusive. So here's the 5 talking points you want to use when you're going to approach that hero or that hero decision maker. The first thing you want to say is, sir, ma'am, I'm part of the community and I'd like to talk to you for a couple minutes. First thing, right out of your mouth. I'm part of the community. I'd love to talk to you for a couple minutes. Letting them know you're part of the community. Number one, the community, that's their customers, right? That's who they serve, is that community. So you just let them know you're part of that community. I'd love to talk to you for a couple minutes. So that is going to give you more voice and give you more standing in that conversation. They're going to pay attention to you much better. They're going to take a few minutes to listen to what you have to say. You might be making a complaint. Who knows what you're going to say? But you just told them, I'm part of the community and I would like to talk to you for a couple minutes. They're going to give you more voice and standing. The next thing you say is, I'm part of Homes for Heroes with the Homes for Heroes Foundation. We have programs and services that are only available to your heroes. They're eligible for it. This is not a public program. It is not available to the public. You must be a qualifying hero to get that. We are a nationwide organization, and I am the local provider of these programs and services here in this local community. And you are an approved provider, an approved specialist. The word approved is important because it shows that hero community, that's very inward facing community, right? Very inward facing, right? It shows them you've been vetted, that your credentials have been looked at, your licensing, all those things that makes you credible as an agent or a lender. It tells them right away, you're the local approved provider of these programs and services. And we belong to this organization as our way of giving back. That's that servant support message as well. Let them know we do this to give back. Heroes like you give back to this community every day. We belong to Homes for Heroes as our way of giving back. Now, that's connecting with your market group, right? They are a give back market group. That's their mindset. That's how they operate. That's what drives these organizations, the hero world. Everything in their world is about impact, right? How they allocate resources, how they spend money, how they do shifts and everything else is all about the impact they have on the community, their students, their patients, crime, public safety, and all that. So let's be a part of that world. You're there to make a difference and have an impact on the lives of those hero families. Once again, that messaging is going to resonate because their world is driven by impact and cause. And we're matching that as well. So those are your 5 talking points. First thing right off the bat, I'm part of the community. I'd love to talk to you for a couple minutes. I'm also part of Homes for Heroes with the Homes for Heroes Foundation. We are a nationwide organization with programs and services that are only available to eligible people in this community. Your heroes are eligible. This is not a public program. You must be a qualifying hero to get this home benefit program or even the foundation services from your Homes for Heroes Foundation. And you'd love to be able to talk to them about how you can bring these programs and services to all of their heroes in their organization. This has helped thousands of heroes like yours, Chief, Ma'am, Superintendent, Sheriff. It's helped thousands of heroes like yours become a part of the communities they serve. They're eligible for it. It's a great program, and we'd love to be able to bring it to all of your heroes, right? So there's your first talking points to start that conversation with these heroes and that hero organization. Whether it's an individual hero, let them know, hey, same thing. I'm part of the community. Could I talk to you for a minute? All right. They'll take that time, give you that standing. And it's a change in the mindset, but it's all about connecting with your market group as well. All right. And that's good business overall to do that. All right. So messaging is really important in the role you take, all right, on that. And communicating that is it puts you in a position to open a lot more doors with these organizations and have them bring you in.
Yeah, I mean, not only from a messaging standpoint, and yes, you're absolutely correct. Your message matters. Your words are super, super powerful. You just have to wield them in the way that will resonate with others. But you touched on some great sales perspective things as well, making it super exclusive, right? It's only offered to you. So they want to get in, talking about being a part of something that's bigger than just you. Having that team mentality, I think, is something that really resonates with our heroes specifically, because each one of them are on a team. Their lives depend on their teammates. So saying that you're part of the team is going to just instantly connect with them on that deeper level. And then again, like I said, having something that's bigger than you, that purpose, mission, our mission at Homes for Heroes is to thank every hero. That's bigger than any one of us can possibly have. Heroes resonate with that why and that purpose, mission as well. It's why they show up to work every single day. So your 5 talking points really kind of feed into making it exclusive, making people want it, talking on their level, and then resonating with that higher purpose or mission, if you will, and that team mentality. So the way that he just described it is so great, and also plays obviously well with the business world as well when you're doing sales. So well said, buddy. Is that in that document, or do you want me to share? I think you've got a video of that. I can share a link to that too with your 5 talking points.
I might have a slide on it as well.
Okay,
Um,
perfect.
Bring it up, but yeah, those are your 2 key success factors in this program. And look, this is your 50, 60, 70% success rate on these connections and these conversations you have with this messaging in that role. You know, sales and marketing will get you that 7, 8% return on your investment. With this market group, this is how you connect with them. All right. Now you might get some pushback. And let's talk about the 2 most common pushback you're going to get from these heroes or these hero organizations. Number 1 is going to be, well, we have no solicitation policies and we really can't let you in here to talk to these heroes. And that's when you go back to how exclusive this program is. I understand that. I totally understand. I just want to let you know that this is not a business looking for sales. This is an organization that is very private. You must be a qualifying hero to get this. I do not offer this to everybody. Sir, ma'am, I'm not going to every other organization out here today and trying to make sales. That's not what this is about. I'm coming to your organization because you're eligible for this program. I haven't gone to anybody else, right? That's the argument you make with that. That's the debate you have is, I understand, but let's talk about how exclusive this program is, because you want them to understand you're here to bring them services, right? Now, the other pushback is, this is too good to be true, right? This is too good to be true. There's got to be a catch. And we've heard that. My affiliates here, and I hear it a lot from my affiliates. What do I do then? They keep telling me it's too good to be true. Tell them, you're right. It is too good to be true. This program is too good to be true. Look out the window for all those people out there. See all those people out there? They don't get this benefit program. They're not eligible for it. They weren't at ground zero. They don't give back to their community every day. They don't do what you do for this community. So yes, it is too good to be true for all of those people out there. It's not too good to be true for you and your heroes, because you can go on our website and see that we've made a difference in the lives of thousands of hero families like yours with our home benefit program, helping them to get into those communities, live in those communities, make them a better place. And don't forget, you have a nonprofit foundation that you're connected with as well that makes an impact on the lives of heroes all across the country as well. Certainly educate yourself on that and learn what your foundation is doing as well on that.
Yeah, I think yielding our national numbers and stats behind you to say how many heroes that we've helped. We've helped over 40,000 heroes and their families and given back, $50 million to heroes just like you across the country is incredibly powerful when you have
Yeah,
that second objection, for sure.
absolutely. Now, Abby, I could share this screen here, so everyone can at least maybe snap a picture of this slide of these talking points if you want to do that, just for like maybe a minute. I'll share
Absolutely.
it up there, and everyone grab your phone and snap a picture of it on that. All right.
Perfect.
Oh, you got to do it, I guess.
I do.
Yeah, it says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Sorry, bud. Will you snap a
I'm gonna
picture of
try
it?
and I'll try and put it into the chat room here as well.
Hang on.
Let's see if I could do it that way. Hold on.
Try it again real quick, bud. Technology at its finest.
Yeah, I know. Okay, we'll try it again. Let me minimize that. Now let me go to screen share. There you go. Okay. So you should be able to see that.
Click away, my friends.
So there's those 5 talking points right there. All right. Snap a picture of it. Carry it with you. Let them know you're part of the community and so forth. And that's a huge attention getter right there. I'm part of the community. I just want to talk to you for a couple minutes. It'll take the minutes to talk to you and talk to you about that. All right. Everything else I've covered for this slide deck, but I wanted to make sure they got these talking points. And these are also on that handout of the key messaging strategies, part of many other strategies that are on it, but these talking points are on there as well. But it's a good thing to have. Keep it on your phone, and you see a couple of heroes in that restaurant, you're going to walk up and approach them. Hey, bring this up and refresh yourself, and then go into that conversation on there as well. On there.
I think there's something to say too about approaching heroes, especially when you're in random times, like you have those random opportunities, whether it's in the grocery store, soon to be in the restaurants, again, depending on where you're at, all of that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's nice to just lead with a thank you, right? Lead with the give instead of the get, as if you're going to approach the program and go through all the explanations. So don't be afraid to just say thank you and not be incredibly prepared to have a long dialogue with them too.
Yeah, the hero, keep in mind, like I said, the hero community is very fraternal in nature. And that's probably your biggest opportunity as a business and as a provider to connect with them. This is the brotherhood. This is the sisterhood. They got each other's back. They support each other. Some of the largest unions in America are the nurses and teachers unions. And all of these hero organizations, all of them are looking for ways to serve their members better, those heroes. And you can fit your services into that. We just started the FOP benefit program, right? Homes for Heroes. That's a huge partnership with a nationwide hero organization that we're now a members benefit for. That is the ultimate service provider role. If we're not seen as a service provider by that national hero organization, we don't get that relationship. We are, because our programs are exclusive to heroes. That's what helps. That's why it's so important to message that when you talk about it. But these programs are exclusive. I've talked to many heroes that have used the home benefit program. They love it. Every one of them that have used it have loved it. I've rarely gotten anything negative about it. It's just been well received by every hero. I just literally, Abby, before we started this at about quarter till, I got instant messaged on Facebook by a retired officer that I worked with for years. His kid's now an officer, and he's looking to buy a home. He reached out to me and says, hey, we're ready to use this program. My kid needs to buy a home, and so forth. So I'm getting the information, where he's looking, so I can connect him with an affiliate. You know, sometimes you got to do that because you know people in the hero community. The point is, the word's out there, and we're connecting these heroes to this program, and more the program's getting out there to them on that. But being consistent and touching that hero community once a month, twice a quarter, just getting your face out there, having these conversations, and also the messaging with that as well.
Yeah, Steve, I'm going to get your perspective. We've got some chats coming in, some questions coming in for that. I do know there's one person asking about the USAA program. It was discontinued, just so you know. It was back in October. They actually discontinued that. I know some people are still getting their USAA benefits if they initiated their mortgage process prior to year end in 2019. So that is not a competitor for you anymore, luckily for that one. But how would you, as an affiliate, if you had the objection come up, being like, what about these other programs? How would you differentiate Homes for Heroes to stand head and shoulders above? Maybe you've got a local copycat program or a competitor or something along those lines.
Well, and that's typically the response. Look, the two differentiators between us and those programs, and part of what I do for Homes for Heroes is I reach out to nationwide hero organizations, right? The AFL-CIO, American Federation of Government Employees, all these organizations that have benefit programs. I have a lot of conversations with them about our program, and they like it very much. And the one thing that stands out with those conversations is, number one, we're nationwide, right? We're talking over 3,000 affiliates nationwide in every state, right? We're the most farthest reaching program. We're also the most community-based program, right? Plus, we have a nonprofit foundation that connects you to that hero market group as a local resource. That's part of your package of services, the home benefit program and the nonprofit foundation services. you can go on your foundation's website, right? Or you can go into your foundation folder and you can help a hero in need in your local community. These organizations can't do that. So as a social enterprise, Homes for Heroes does a lot more than just the home benefit services for those people. It makes an impact into the hero community all the time. And you've got great points to bring up in those talking points to go on the foundation website and says, well, does Hometown Heroes do this? And have they done this? And have they partnered with the Healthwell Foundation, with matching grants? Have they done this for the hero community? Your organization nationwide, it's the most farthest reaching in every state, all right, by law. That's allowed. It has the most savings allowed by law, and it's always going to be here, all right? The affiliate base is the strength of this program. We've got 3,100 or more and growing, all right? And believe me, there's not enough affiliate base that even we have in these communities across the country. The hero community is very active out there. We're just touching the tip of the iceberg on how much service and how much customer base there is within that hero community, especially with these national partnerships that we're starting in now. So these are all talking points for you. Homes for Heroes is a national benefit partner for the Fraternal Order of Police. They're a nationwide organization, 340 officers nationwide, the largest police union in the country. We're their benefit provider. Our home benefit program is on their websites, all their platforms. So you're going to start to see, many of you, those FOP members who are looking for this type of benefit, clicking on the program and turning up on your radar, right, as leads for your home benefit program services. So those are all, there's a difference between a nationwide organization with this much power and this much of a fixed benefit program connected with nationwide hero organizations, much more than a locally based, organization, like Hometown Heroes or even USAA, who obviously had a lot of trouble even trying to keep up with what you're able to do under Homes for Heroes there. They had to back out of it because they couldn't figure out how to do it. We know how to do it, right? That's what we do. That's what we're good at with you. So.
Yeah, I think depending on the hero group that you're talking to, the validation is key for competing with others, right? We are national partners of the Fraternal Order of Police, or the FOP, as you hear Steve calling it. Lots of acronyms in the hero community. If you're speaking to healthcare, the Healthwell Foundation grant that we just did for $25,000 to them is big. And what else do we have going on? We've got a firefighter one coming up too.
The last three we gave were the Healthwell Foundation for $25,000. That was a matching grant. So they gave 25, we gave 25. And there's a 1-800 number. I encourage all of you to go on the Homes for Heroes Foundation website.org, homesforheroesfoundation.org. That's an active grant right now. So if you run into a healthcare provider in your local community that is under financial stress, right, having some difficulty, right, you can give them that 1-800 number, right? And they can call that hotline, get enrolled as a client. They may get only $500, they may get $1,000, whatever they give them, but it's there to help them in that community, and it's active, and you can use that now. We just gave one $5,000 to one of many $5,000 grants to the National Fire Volunteer Support Council. So they're the relief association for all the volunteer firefighters in America, right? So think of all those California firefighters that lost their homes in those wildfires. They're out saving other people's homes. They lost their homes. Our foundation was one of the first nationwide organizations to give money to the relief associations of those firefighters, right? We do that multiple times. I could go on and on. The point is, you've got great talking points to bring to that hero community and say, Chief, do you know that your firefighters in California like you, we've helped them many times with our foundation, and we've made a difference in the lives of those firefighter families. I want to let you know that this package of services is here for you as well. Our home benefit program has helped many heroes like yours, and our foundation has helped many heroes like yours in critical need. Here is my card and my name and number. Please consider me a local resource in this community for you and your fellow heroes. That's what you are. That foundation ties you to that hero market group as a local resource, right? Not a business looking for sales, as a local resource. And now they're reaching out to you when they have a pancake breakfast, when they have a spaghetti dinner fundraiser, or something where one of their heroes is dying of cancer and they're looking for support from that community. You can just stop by for a half hour get a bowl of chili and a beer and sit down and talk to those heroes about how you can make their lives better with your foundation. You're there to support them in that community. Here's my name and number. Please reach out if you ever need anything like this again, any help. Let me know. That's what we're here for in this community. That's what resonates. That's what they look for. Those are relationships that they say, you know what? Let's send people to him. I can tell everybody here, I have used one person for the last 20 years, 25 years, buying and selling a car. One dealer, not even a dealer, one salesperson, literally. That's it. I met him at these events. He came to a chili cook-off for us, showed his support, never said anything about buying cars. Then he showed up at a pancake breakfast a month later, never said anything about buying cars, gave us his card. Anytime you need help, here I am. I'm here to help you in this community. I asked him, what do you do? Well, I have a dealership over here, but that's not why I'm here. I can tell you, I have sent hundreds, I'm not exaggerating this, I have sent hundreds of heroes to him. Every time I hear another hero say, hey, my kid's graduating college, I need to get a car for her. What do you think I say? Here's Bob. Call up Bob, let him know, he'll take care of him. This is all about doing business through relationships, and that's how this hero community is. They're fraternal. That's how they do business. They have a go-to resource for everything. And you want to be that go-to resource because they sit around and ask each other, who do you know and who do you trust that I can get a car for my daughter? That's exactly what we say. Who do you know and who do you trust that I can get a car for my daughter? They don't want to get ripped off. They don't want to get taken advantage of. It's all about trust in their world, right? And that's where we want to put you as well. That emotional equity that you build through just connecting with them and this messaging as well. That's all part of that provider-client relationship. All right, they'll send people your way. All right, they'll pull you with them like a magnet through that hero community. Right, when you start connecting with them and showing that support in little ways, not about spending a lot of time and money, just showing that support to them. That's gold for you. That's that emotional equity that you're building. And honestly, right now, Abby, there's not a better time in our country to show that support because many of these heroes are very receptive now during this time for their community to step up and help them out. They're letting people come in and drop off masks, bring a fruit basket to that nurse's station. These people are working 12 on and 12 off, right? 12 hours on, 12 hours off. They're living out of vending machines. A lot of them are. You can bring a couple fruit baskets there, put your stickers on them, right? Your Homes for Heroes stuff, your local brand on those fruit baskets, maybe even put that 1-800 number for the Healthwell Foundation. It's active. It's still an active grant that they can use. Do you know a nurse in need? Put that 1-800 number on there and bring it to them. Hey, this is for you. We know you're stretched thin. We know you're living out of vending machines right now. Here's some healthy food. Please take this. If you need anything else, let us know. We're for you. We're a resource for you in this community. Here's our foundation's 1-800 number. We partnered with this organization. If you know a nurse in need, what a better conversation for you to have. If you know a nurse in critical need right now, give them this 1-800 number, all right? That's our foundation doing that. We're helping these nurses. And now you've got the groundwork where you can go back a month from now, right? Or 2 months from now, you're kind of writing checks that you're going to cash later, right? So you can go back a year or a month from now and ask them, how are you doing? How are things going? Are you okay? I'm glad to see things are getting back to normal. Hey, I want to let you know about this home benefit program we have. And you know about our foundation, but this is our home benefit program. And I want to let you know about this. Once again, it's helped thousands of nurses like you all around the country. It's only for you. This is not a public program. You can see where that messaging goes and how those relationships build. And pretty soon they're telling all their nurses about this program and about you and your contact. And here's your name and number and so forth. This is all outreach engagement, right? Outreach and engagement strategies, building relationships that create pipelines of service, right? From organizations to organizations, or in your case, from you to the organization and vice versa, right?
Yeah, I think the foundation component, and Jillian had it before we even started talking about the foundation and our differentiator. That's a big, big thing, not just to differentiate Homes for Heroes, but as a resource for our affiliates to really take the sale component out of that messaging and to ask the question, how can I help? And know that you guys have that as a resource to be able to nominate local nonprofits that can help heroes in dire need, and they can get grants, and we work with you guys through the foundation to provide that local grant if your nomination gets kind of push through to that realm. So the foundation is so huge because, like I said, it just takes the sale component out of that conversation. You can legitimately ask the question, how can I help? And if there is a need, the foundation can step in and fill that need if possible. And then from the other side of it too, it's a door opener too. When you just don't
Yep.
start talk about real estate or the business that we're in, it's a huge door opener for our people for sure.
I'll give you an example here. We right, I'm retired from Minneapolis Police Department, right? We've got about 1,200 officers on that agency. And like many agencies in America, that police department is hiring. They can't get enough people to fill the openings they got. There's hiring going on, and it'll be going on for the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Who knows? They can't get enough people to fill the openings they have in many of these medium to larger area departments. Now, Homes for Heroes, our foundation, helped out that agency. We bought them a grill. We bought them a cooking grill, right? Nice grill. It's a nice one, right? Because they have a lot of community events. And the city has certain policies where they're not allowed to spend money on that stuff. So they're trying to figure out a way to get a grill so they can have some community events, invite people from the neighborhoods, cook hot dogs for them, right? Community engagement. It's huge. So Homes for Heroes Foundation, or Homes for Heroes corporate giving, we gave them a big grill. We bought it for them. They're hiring 60 cops a year for the next who knows how long. How many of those cops do you think know about Homes for Heroes right now? All of them. All of them, right? I even go to those, I go to those training sessions, and I'm allowed to talk about Homes for Heroes because we have a nonprofit foundation. So we don't violate their business restrictions. We don't violate any of those ethics policies, none of those vendor preference policies. Because we have a nonprofit arm, we fit very well into what they do because they do partner with nonprofit organizations all the time. One grill costs us about $1,800. And like I said, I just got off the phone or off Facebook with one of my retired buddies because his kid is a Minneapolis officer now looking to use the program, right? They're hiring, and that's about creating that pipeline. It's the same little things that you can do as well with those local hero organizations as well. And I had a great question by Shauna Metoza, I think. Shauna, she says, is it correct to say that the local service providers fund the foundation? Absolutely. You, the affiliates, are what make that foundation happen. Your revenues between you and us, right? We pay our bills, we give our rewards to the heroes, and we fund the foundation. The foundation doesn't happen unless you belong to Homes for Heroes, all of you. So you are a big part of funding that foundation. That's the 3 areas we spend our money, right there in those. And every month we're giving grants back to the hero community. And that funding of that foundation, number one, it helps the foundation and helps heroes, but the foundation helps you connect with those heroes as well. It's a great tool for you. Use it. It's leverage, absolutely, because everyone benefits from it on there. So educate yourself on what the foundation is doing, because those are great talking points for you when you're talking to those heroes. Even an average officer or a nurse on the street, right? You walk in, oh, you're a healthcare professional. Have you ever heard of the HealthWell Foundation? Well, our foundation is partnered with them. And now you go into that whole conversation about serve, support, and we are here for you. Here's my card. Anything you need, let me know. All right. And here's the package of services we provide. And I'm so happy to meet you. And thank you so much for what you do. All under a serve and support role, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great way to really pull the heroes. I mean, they're all about giving, right? That's why they show up and that's why they do what they do every single day. They're about giving to the community and bettering their community in any way, shape, or form that they can. They just choose to do it through their professions. But the foundation pulls them into that circle of giving that we have here. So it's not just the hero reward aspect. It's not just the real estate realm aspect. Every single time a hero works with a Homes for Heroes affiliate, with you, with anybody across the country, they're helping their fellow heroes in need through the Homes for Heroes Foundation. So that's a great way to pull your clients into the circle of giving mentality and to show them that, hey, it's not just the hero reward that you're receiving, you're actually doing greater good through the Homes for Heroes Foundation and helping others in need. And that resonates with our heroes. Absolutely. Okay, Steve, I'm going to rapid fire questions to you. Guys, keep those coming through the chat. Like I said, we are monitoring that. But three quick things because we've got about 10 minutes left. You touched on the package of services that we offer and incorporating that messaging into your key messaging with the hero groups. Tell me, if you could like bullet point items, what would that package of services be beyond the hero rewards, that real estate component?
Oh, you can. We've had affiliates that have, they've built out a nice package of services for their hero clients, right? Not only the home benefit program, the foundation's a part of that package of services, but do you do any hero recognition? We have affiliates that do, they'll put hero recognition out there. That's a part of your package of services. I mean, you're looking on the Facebook page, you see one of your local heroes does something great, recognize them. From Homes for Heroes, a nationwide organization, and your local brand, your image, your name in that community. We've got Hero Spotlight Awards that have been given out, Community Impact Awards. A couple months ago, I went to two paramedics that were retiring each after 30 years of service to our county here. I went there and presented them a Community Impact Award for all the lives they've touched in this community here. And they're 30. Think of all the lives they've saved in 30 years as a paramedic out there. I mean, it just blows your mind, right? And nobody was there at their retirement doing anything but just celebrating the retirement. So here we get up in front of 200 heroes that are there, right? They're all there during the retirement thing. I asked them if I could be a part of it, that we wanted to recognize these heroes for what they've done for the last 30 years in their careers as part of our nationwide organization. They said, absolutely. I go up there, we got some nice plaques for them, right? And said some nice things. Thank you. Basically, I just said, thank you. We cannot even imagine the lives you touched in the 30 years of serving this community as a paramedic. There are people alive today that would not be alive, and they're having children and their children's children because of you and the things you've done. They don't get enough recognition like that. And that's a part of your package of services if you have that capacity, right, to do that. But it's a great way once a year, twice a year, if you see an opportunity, hey, recognize them in that local community. There's also bringing in other members of the community to support these heroes with you, right? Moving companies, right? Title companies, lawn care services on that. You can put together a nice package of every time a hero buys a home, right, through your program, all of a sudden you've got, hey, I need a moving company. Well, here, we've got so-and-so here. So approach that moving company and ask them, do you want to be a part of our package of services for this hero community? This is what we do. And every time a hero closes, hey, I'll bring you in as their moving company, right? We'll suggest you be a part of that package of services, or a lawn care company, or whatever in that local community. I mean, we got affiliates that really have a nice, one of ours in the Fort Hood, Texas area, he's got a nice package like that. He has a hotel that says, yeah, we'll give them 3 free nights. So if they need to close on their house and they got nowhere to stay, right, until they can move into the new house, right, that they're moving into, the hotel puts them up for free, right? They've got that as their package of services for them. And then they've got a local moving company that'll move them and get them in there at a discounted rate as well. It's all within what you can build. Homes for Heroes, we work from the top down, everybody. We work from the top down. You work from the bottom up, right? You work from the grassroots community and you work up, and we're all going to meet in the middle, right? We're doing that now with our relationships with the FOP, a lot of things we're doing at the national level, and you work up, and we'll continue to see growth because that's what we're doing right now, over and over.
Love it. All right, 2 more questions to round it out, unless we get some more in the chat, and then I'll bring those up. But today, obviously, right now, we're all in a unique situation that we've never seen before, and we're all trying to navigate and work through it. If you could give 3 things that our affiliates could be doing right now, today, to connect with heroes in their community, what would they be, Steve?
I think connecting your personal Facebook page with their Facebook pages, not your business page, your personal page. Make it more personal, right? Show them your support on their Facebook pages as well on what you're doing. They need it. Believe me, they look at those Facebook pages a lot on that. Another thing is, like I said, these first responders, a lot of these organizations, first responders in healthcare, I mean, they're up to their armpits in alligators right now. They can barely keep up with a lot of stuff that's going on. So any little thing you can do. Do you have a church group that you can partner with that can make some masks, right? And you deliver them, or vice versa, something like that. Any little thing you can do to connect with these heroes now, put your face in front of them, let them hear your voice and see your face, doing something to support them in that community, you'll be able to build that emotional equity. And you're really cultivating that market group for relationships is what you're doing. And now's not a better time to do that. So there's a lot of community groups out there that are doing things to help these heroes. Can you partner with them? Can you do anything to partner with any of those community groups that are helping these heroes as well? There's food drives going on. There's a lot of stuff going on out there to help them. So yeah, I mean but Facebook is a big one, and from your personal page is the best way to do it. That's the best way to find that hero community as well. If you're wanting to know where those associations are, where those unions are, where those hero community is, go to the search bar on your personal Facebook page, not your business page, your personal Facebook page, and type in those keywords. You know, your local city name or county name, and teachers association, music teachers association, nurses association, trauma nurses association, think of that. So all the specialty skills within those hero fields as well are going to have organizations they belong to. And if you think of the nursing profession, where there's hundreds of specialty skills within the nursing profession, there are hundreds of specialty associations as well that they belong to at the national level, the state level, and local chapters. There might only be 20 people in that local chapter, but that's 20 nurses that you can connect with and put yourself in front of once a month, twice a quarter, whatever, to educate them on the programs and services you have for them with the messaging we're talking about.
Yeah, for sure. I just posted the doc in the chat too with things to do through COVID for action planning things you can put into action, into play right now. So if you guys want to download that, you're more than welcome to as well. Steve just touched on one of the things that's listed on there is connecting socially on Facebook specifically, becoming a go-to resource. Mario Gonzalez talks about that all the time. Be the resource for them. Don't sell, right? Don't promote your business on there, but be a guide and a resource to answer the questions that you can help guide them and answer, for sure. All right, last parting words, Steve, in your own words, what's the biggest piece of advice that you can give to our affiliates to help them be successful at serving and thanking the heroes?
Yep. The two keys to your success, right? Number one, can touch that hero community consistently, not all the time. Don't have to do it all. You don't have to spend time and money doing this. Every once in a while, just be consistent to put yourself in front of these heroes. Number one. And number two, the messaging. Cannot stress that enough. That service provider role, those talking points, all the things we covered, putting your services into their needs, what they're doing out there. Those are your two biggest keys to success. That will up your success rates exponentially by doing that with that hero market group out there with them. So those would be the two biggest keys right there.
I love it. Mark's got a quick question, and Mark, I can connect with you offline about that too. He's asking about state regulations and advertising, yep. Right?
These hero organizations, understand, they put restrictions on their Facebook pages. They don't want pop-up ads. They're not looking for businesses who are looking for sales. They only put the only people they'll connect with on their Facebook pages is community members, individuals. So you approach that hero group as a member of the community. It's one of the first things you're going to say anyway. You're part of that community, and you have a voice to talk to those heroes. And your voice is telling them as a member of that community about this program. Hey, did you know that this, take your foundation Facebook page, right? Homes for Heroes Foundation. You can share that posting about our grants into their page, right? Hey, are you aware of this? Have you ever heard of this foundation? Well, this is the Homes for Heroes Foundation. This is a great organization. And from the standpoint of a member of the community, you're making them aware of a great program, right? That's out there.
Yeah, I think as long as you're not promoting, like I said, yourself or your business, and you're just becoming a resource. If somebody's got a question on the Facebook group about a home inspector or a local handyman or something, answering that question and not saying anything about, hey, by the way, I'm a realtor, or hey, by the way, I do mortgages and can help you get into a home. Just answering the question that's been posed is huge. But Perfect, perfect. We are right, like I said, at that on the hour time. You know me, I am very timely. My email address, if you guys have additional questions or if there's anything that I can do to help, it's Abby, ABBY, at homesforheroes.com. I am happy to help. My direct line is 763-777-5807 if you need me, but we've got a wonderful support team that's here too. Steve, you are amazing, and we could not do what we do without you. So thank you so much for your time and your knowledge and insight today. I really appreciate it. Steve's around too, guys. If you've got questions, go ahead and throw it out there on the affiliate Facebook group, or reach out to one of us and we'll get you connected with who we can. So Steve, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Sorry I couldn't see your smiling face.
Bye, everybody.
Appreciate your time, guys. Thank you so much. Okay.